What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode 12 of my FIFA 17 career mode with West Brom. So at the end of the previous episode, you know I did get this message here, an offer, contract offer to be the Australian manager. It says head coach. I'm not sure why it doesn't say manager in the game for, national team. It just says head coach. But anyway, guys, I guess you're more of a coach than a manager, more selection. You don't make signings as such. But anyway, guys, I did get more comments basically to accept it. Of course, it's not going to be 100%. Some people would not like it. But then a lot of you guys thought it was a good idea. And also for the fact that it will keep me more interested in the career mode as a whole. Like if you just want to see West Brom, I'll be more interested in just playing the career mode because I've got the job with Australia. And I haven't done international management for a few years. I don't think I've even done it in a series as well. So yeah, that will make it good. So we got the international manager job. I'm guessing there's no changes. I haven't, because EA never really announced anything to do with it when releasing career mode information. But yeah, you can see they're glad to have us on board. It's going to be very interesting because Australia doesn't have a team that's good enough to win the World Cup or something like that. So accepts Australia top national team role. So if you just see that a bit, I'm not going to read all of that. You can. Damn, how long is it? At least, they put a bit of effort into that, the long message. But you may have read that if it's the same, like each time when you join a national team in terms of being the manager. So if you go to squad, you can see we go to Australia and you can see the team. But I'm not going to focus on that now. I'll focus on it more when we have games coming up. I don't know. If we go to the season and to the calendar, I'm not sure if we'll be able to see when we have games coming up. Because, I haven't done internet. Okay, here we go. We can pin that down. March, the Asian qualifier. So that's going to be interesting for us. We got to in the back of my head, I'll plan for that, and that's going to add another aspect. I'm just excited now. Yeah, that's going to add another aspect to this career mode, pretty much, and that means, and for West Brom at the same time. But if we go to, I was wondering if, like, you see the competitions. You can't, if we go across, that's the select. Even if I'm selected for Australia, it just shows. I was wondering if you can see, like, the tables when that comes around, or maybe because they'll be, I don't know where we are in terms of the games for that. But again, I'm going to worry about that later. We won't worry about it yet as we don't have games coming up. Again, if we take a look at the calendar, back on here is just West Brom games. Yep, until that one in March. As you can see, you can view the fixture. There we go. I was just wondering if there was other qualifiers before that. We'll just see, or does the stage start then? I don't really know, because I was wondering if you can see it somewhere, but there's no other games, it looks like. But anyway, guys, we're going to leave it there. But what I was going to say in terms of being related to that, the youth staff, we already have one scout. There he is. I'm going to hire another scout, and perfectly, how about that? We get 5-star experience and 5-star judgment. That is, it's going to cost the most, but that means we're going to be able to get the specific players we want. Because again, if you don't know what experience and judgment does, judgment's for the quality of youth players you get through. Experience is in terms of when you search for specific players. But if you just search for any, it doesn't matter. But because of what we want to do here, if I notice for Australia, we need a certain young player coming up for the future, I can search a specific position. But normally when I just scout for my team, I just search for any to get the best players through. But yeah, we're going to do that 5-star, 5-star, and that gets me really excited, honestly. Hopefully, that's the way we're going to improve Australia to get to that level, like to challenge a World Cup, try and get through, amazing youth players that are world class. But anyway, guys, we will go to that now, and we'll go to the scout available, and then we can set up a scouting scouting session. I'm gonna a scouting network in Australia. So there we go. You can do New Zealand as well, actually, but it's just being surprised that you could scout New Zealand. Anyway, 9 months, and then not yet, because this is still gonna. I got to realize I'm not scouting the players for Australia. I'm scouting them for my team, West Brom, as well. But yeah, to bring them through and train them up. I almost forgot. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to scout these for Australia, but no, I'm scouting them for West Brom. But anyway, yeah, we'll go 9 months with that and type any for now, as I mentioned. And that will be it in terms of that. So leave your thoughts anyway, but that's got to me, you see, it's got, I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's got to me more excited, more interested in the career mode specifically. And then, yeah, obviously it's probably going to be a few episodes before we get around to that, something to do with Australia. But yeah, let me know. Should I just wait until the game in terms of seeing, like calling up the players, or would you want me to show it a little bit in like the coming episodes, or just wait until we actually have a game for that specific episode? And not to forget, guys, back to West Brom. And my manager rating just went down because I got a transfer offer for Kylian Mbappe. I'm trying to think of anything else, a reason why. But oh man, it's a tough one, Mbappe. See, if we sold Mbappe for a potential, we could get him like, but I don't want to sell him. But what I mean is, we could probably get 2 world-class players. Maybe not world-class, but really, really good. Like, how about 54.5 million? You could see it as a bad move, but you got to think we are West Brom, and I need, like, even when I use Mbappe, this is what you got to realize. When I use Mbappe, he does great, but there's a lot of other areas of the squad that still need to be improved, and we need more money for that. So, yeah, we could maybe get a replacement for him, another striker, but then we could also maybe improve another defender or another midfielder, get an extra position with a quality signing. So yeah, counter offer 44.5. Obviously, these are the big decisions you have to make as a manager. Oh, of course, guys, Asamoah. We're probably going to have to give him some more money, but I don't want to give him too much. I don't think I'd want to give him more than 110, honestly. He's got to accept this, or that will be, I'll give him everything else. Bonus per goal. But like I said, we know it doesn't do anything, but still, from his point of view, that's what I mean. The player demands, that's wrong, because he's not accepting that. That's not what he's demanding. You see what I mean? Kind of like in how Football Manager, you negotiate with the player, but there's no negotiation here, kind of. They're just declining it, and what their demands are showing are the same each time. So it would be good if there's some balance, so you know what would be accepted from the player, I guess. I'm not sure what you think about that, but we'll see what happens. Okay, we get a transfer offer here, and this is what I thought. It probably was going to be a loan for this lad. And that's what I mean, just something there. Maybe that could say, I know it's very little, but maybe it could have just said loan offer instead of transfer offer, because you get excited. Oh, I got a transfer offer for a player. And then you're like, oh, it's just a loan. Does anyone feel the same with that as well? You imagine you're getting a transfer offer, maybe you can negotiate for a player, get some money in, but then you're like, oh, it's just a loan. And there you go, guys. You can see the offer from Inter. That's not enough for Mbappe. It's not even past the maximum. Look at this. Mbappe is playing great football and is the league's top scorer. So that's been a massive signing for us. So when they have an offer like that, you can tell that's kind of the most they want to put, or the most they can put, actually. It's like all their money, which is very stupid. Even for someone like Mbappe, I wouldn't use all the transfer budget. That's what I imagine. Anyway, that will be the case. Okay, I'm going to put 50 million. It feels like around, well, it is around, well, kind of. We can't change to the last number, so it's just going to be 8. But anyway, if they can't afford that, we're not going to accept, and they probably can't, because that's quite a bit more. But I don't want to be selling him for any cheaper than 50 mil, because he'll probably be worth that at his very best. Okay, here we have a match rescheduled as well. The one against Spurs, they make it 3 days earlier. Ooh, I'd rather wait longer for it. But anyway, tournament prize money, obviously FA Cup, we have that money. Do I agree with what I said? But that's the thing. Like, I didn't have too many other players on the shortlist for this. So I'm 120. Like, that sounds like a lot. 120. 120. Can you do 125, man? Because like I said, I don't have many other options on the shortlist for a pre-contract, and yeah, so I don't know what else to say. We don't have many other options that will be first team quality as good as him. And to me, like, you got to take the opportunity for pre-contract. So there's always a good player you can sign, or decent for us anyway. I didn't want to be too unrealistic and try and sign someone like, I think there was a couple of like 85 overalls, 86 overall running out their contract. But I'm trying to get the balance a bit realistic. When you're trying to build a team up, it'll be unrealistic to make like 4 or 5 signings for pre-contracts. I want to build the team proper. But we actually get an offer here for Johnny Evans. So that's a respectable offer, honestly, first up. But don't forget, we don't have him transfer listed. I'm going to try and get 14 mil for him. Will be pretty good a player that's just below 80, and he's going to be 30 soon. Obviously 80 yeah, being the rating, and 30 would be the age. So yeah, we'll have to see. And okay, we get a transfer offer for Zakaria, so we'll see what Inter say as well. But see, the signings I brought in, they're garnering interest from other clubs. So we've kind of made them aware of these players because they've seen how well they've done. So I think I've done a good job there. I know, yeah, when that starts to happen, you've done a good job with your signing. So Mbappe, yeah, they can't offer more than that. So we're just going to have to flat out reject because that's not even, yeah, I was looking at the Rangers, what's the other offer? Zakaria, yeah, we'll have to analyze that, but it's lower than the minimum sum that the chief executive suggested. So we have to, it's just not good enough. I want to read, like, again, I can compare to Football Manager. So, but yeah, you want to give a reason why you reject so they understand and maybe they can reconsider. Well, maybe that's all the money they have, so it doesn't matter. Zakaria, but we're building like this young lad, like a central midfielder. He's like a Yaya Toure type. Honestly, don't want to sell him. Don't want to let him go on the cheap. So something like 20 million. Again, we'll go a flat fee, just straight 20 million. But I know that's what people say. Again, I hate like saying it, like the reasons why, but people say you do bad at counter offering, but that's because I don't want to sell him. I don't want to sell him. So I'm putting something a bit extra in case it, for whatever reason, it does accept we get a great offer. When I counter, unless I say specifically I want to sell them, a lot of the time I don't actually want to sell the player, but every player has their price. You know what I mean? So yeah, I hope you understand my style of countering. And we just have to look to make some more changes here. See, for me, I'd rather play Zakaria ahead of Darren Fletcher because the future, like, I almost see, what's the point in playing Darren Fletcher? He's only going to decline as a player. So we've got him in, but then we need to consider who's going to be the captain. So because Zakaria, he's new, so it doesn't really feel realistic for him to be captain. Someone like a Johnny Evans feels more real as a captain, more of a, even though we're just negotiating a transfer offer for him, he's more that experienced guy at the back, been in the Premier League for years now. So yeah, we'll make that change. But then also bring Ben Foster back in, you could almost argue he could be a good captain, and I think probably slightly more than Johnny Evans. In this situation, I'd see Foster as the captain and Johnny Evans as vice. But anyway, and especially, Darren Fletcher left in real life, didn't he? So might be realistic to let him go at the same time. So happy with that lineup. Anyone else that's not in, we could have... Yeah, we need at least one striker on the bench, and Robson Kanu. I think, that's pretty balanced, I'd say, so we can just head straight into the next game. Let me know if I should maybe put Cox on the bench sometimes, that youth guy we have, and maybe give him a chance, but probably not the time in the season for that. It's crazy that we're fighting for a Champions League place. Well, maybe it depends on this result. If we get a win, get around there. I think Europa League would be good, and maybe not realistic, but it's still like, it's like you want me to achieve something in this career mode, obviously. So that's probably more realistic than Champions League, even though you might not see them being in Europa League in terms of the career mode. But anyway, guys, we'll head into this game against Sunderland right now. But once more, when they get to this position, okay, this time they might actually do something with it. Can't get too excited. Januzaj tries to work his way past, and then that final ball, though, still the same. And Diop. I wonder how many tackles he has in this game. Here's Catamol. He's not. Oh, look, the interceptions, and Diop helps out once more. But guys, we just haven't been able to be as efficient with the ball. Really, we need to focus, be a bit more patient. I think that will help. So if we just go to the match facts, yeah, 13 tackles. And if you take a look how they show there, all the different players. But anyway, guys, yeah, you can see the tackles. I just want to go to the player ratings, and I want to check out tackles won and who's actually... Look at that, 6 out of 6 from Diop. He's amazing. I'd sign him for any team, I would be, but he's a great signing for a team like West Brom in terms of the players you can afford. Say if you're another top team, maybe you can just sign some of the best players in the world, but someone that you can work on to improve. Yeah, he feels more fun to use because you may have not used him before, but he's as good as anyone else. That's a bold statement, but I don't think you can argue with that off his performance. Obviously, you can compare ratings. Obviously, there'll be better players, but in terms of performance, yeah, I haven't had better yet in FIFA 17 career mode, if I'm honest. Mbappe, Livermore, we have a chance to get this through. Zakaria finishes. And for a guy that has low finishing and shooting attributes, he's very clinical with the chances he's had so far this career mode this season. He's scored a long goal and he can finish there in the box. Again, hit it across the keeper. That works pretty well. As you can see, Zakaria, that will be his 3rd goal in the Premier League. Not too bad from a central midfielder who has poor shooting stats. Come on, win this. We do. Mbappe. We're still on the look for that 2nd goal. The sealer. Diop. He's getting forward. Look at that. Mbappe. He's still got possession. Then he plays it off well to Chadley. Lecco. He turns. Lecco's just on. And a very good chance. But you got to see Mbappe there. He played well. Just those little things, holding onto the ball, his little dribbling, ball control, and simple passes, which is really important to keep possession. Okay, we just need to hold on to possession now pretty much, and then we'll have the victory. We can't afford just to give away possession. Diop is good. That strength is so useful there. And see how Fletcher loses it right away? We need every player like Diop. Also, I was trying to focus. Man, if I would have been so mad if that happened there. I'm not going to risk anything. See, I'm still trying to go attacking. It doesn't make sense, does it? But yeah, I'm not someone to go defensive at the end of games, like park the bus like people do online and stuff. Yeah, that's not my style. I like playing attractive football until the game ends. So hopefully you appreciate that. But we do end up winning 1-0 despite trying to attack for the whole game. And Diop... What did he end on tackle? Just 7 out of 7 for the whole game, but he won every tackle he attempted. Yeah, absolutely fantastic player for us. And crazy how young he is. So that's why I like to sort out. We're in a team like West Brom. It might take a while, but at least we're getting certain positions for the future sorted. Like, well, you know, I was trying to negotiate for Mbappe. It depends on the situation. But for the most part, we have those positions sorted. 1 centre-back position, and then also the striker in Mbappe. For sure, we're not going to need to worry about that position ever if they're going to be good enough or not. They are going to be so good because they are already, and they're only going to get better. But after that game now, Kyle Edwards, we've got an offer for him. My reaction was like that because I saw the declined offer, but we will accept the loan. So it's good we're sending these guys out on loan that I did list for loan at the start of the season, but at least they'll go out in January. For half a season at the very least. Contract, and there we go. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna offer more for Asamoah. He would have been a good signing, but I feel he was requesting too much. So with our kind of budget right now, we do have a big wage budget, but because of that, I don't really like. We could sign an amazing player, really, but I just don't have anyone scouted. Like I thought we had a few. Like, for example, I'll show you what I mean. If we go into the short list, we have a few guys. There's Malang Sarr there. He's someone... See, he could be another one of those centre-backs. So maybe I should just focus myself... Because he's got a cheap wage, so don't need to worry about like pre-contracts all the time. Maybe just go out, sign him. Then we've got Desilio in mind. He could be... See, maybe... like regardless if we do end up selling a fullback or not, maybe we'll go for that signing now, because he'll be a free signing. We just have to pay his wages, of course. Even though we haven't sold someone yet, maybe we'll just go for that imported first team player, and we'll take off clean sheet bonus. And yeah, we'll see just if he would accept that. He wouldn't be world class, of course, only 77, but again on a free. And here's the transfer offer again for Johnny Evans. We might need to negotiate a bit. Maybe 12. 12 and a half. I went a little bit more than 12, but I thought 13 might not get accepted, just in my head. Yeah, so maybe 12.5 million for Johnny Evans. So, we have another game, and that's against Spurs. So I'm going to save that for the next episode, because again, this was really lots of transfers involved. I like to focus on January as that in my episodes, and see, they thought that was too much. Fair enough. Zakaria, they don't want him for that much. What's with these contracts, man? We're 40k for De Gilio, and put him important first team player. Wait, did he say that, or was it? Yeah, it's the conditions. It wasn't just the squad role, so he might still accept important first team player, and we'll give him 3 years. Give him clean sheet bonus as well. Wait, I offered the same. Maybe that would work. Maybe that 20%. But yeah, we'll have to see anyway, guys. And yeah, I'll leave it there for this episode, because that should be long enough for this episode. I know you want to see more games. We're just going to have to get out of the January transfer window first, because there's a lot of action going on, but hopefully you like that. And guys, like I said, I would have said this last time, not last episode, but yeah, a while back, around this time, not too long ago, but around this time in FIFA, you know how it's feeling. I'm just playing FIFA like pretty relaxed now. I'm back into it. You know, I took my break, but yeah, I'm going to be getting back into it. But when I am recording my episodes, it's just going to be fairly chill until FIFA 18 comes out. And there may not even be an episode every day. I hope you understand. It's because I'm just focusing on other things in my life until FIFA 18 comes around. Then I'll go hard when FIFA 18 comes around. Just hope you understand that for a YouTuber myself. I don't earn a lot of money for YouTube, so I do other things. So I'm not like home every single day where I can record all day. But hopefully that will be a time in the future. I will just have to see how. Hopefully FIFA 18 career mode will be very interesting, so people don't get bored to watch videos and just play the game this time in the year, so we can keep it up for the whole year. But anyway, guys, hopefully you'll stick around for that when FIFA 18 comes around, as I will go pretty hard with my videos. A lot coming out for you guys, but yeah, just so you understand, for the time being, I'll try and get as many videos out as I can when I'm interested to, because again, I don't really want to force videos out because they won't be as interesting. So I hope you guys understand it anyway. Thumbs up on the video will be appreciated, and I'll see you guys next time.